guys, what's going on? Welcome back to Scents of South Jersey with me, Kellen, for another fragrance video. Today I got a list for you, 10 citrus-based summer fragrance that are perfect for the heat. These are all from my collection. I saw a lot of videos going around from other fragrance content creators on YouTube, watched a bunch of them, and they were all like, what are the best citrus fragrances, just based around that note. I did a video on summer scents. I did a list already, and those were all different kinds of ones that I think would be great for the summer, but these are going to be ones from my collection that are primarily focused around citrus. The note of citrus is going to be a big part of it. So a lot of these fragrances share a lot of similarities. Obviously, the notes, the performance, they're all bright. They're all going to have somewhat of the same descriptive words. So I'm going to talk briefly about each one. I'm not going to go in depth as long as I normally do in some of my lists because there's a lot in common. I just wanted to bring to your attention 10 different fragrances that are based around citrus that are perfect for the heat. And in the Northeast, in New Jersey especially, we've been having a ton of hot days. I'm talking 80 degrees right when you wake up, and it's 100 degrees by the time you're going home from work. We've got a little bit of relief from it this 4th of July weekend, but I wanted to bring this list to your attention. Before we get started though, please, if you are new to the channel and you enjoy watching the content that I create, subscribe to support the channel, and of course check out the Scents of South Jersey Instagram page for news and updates on my channel, photos of fragrances from my collection, and daily stories about my scent of the day. Let's take a look at these citrus fragrances. Okay, so the first fragrance on this list is going to be an honorable mention. I made this one an honorable mention because it's discontinued and it's very rare, and I had to find it on eBay from a seller in Egypt, believe it or not, because the ones in the United States, the pricing for it was ridiculous, and it's honestly not worth it. It's a flanker to one of my all-time favorite fragrances, one of my all-time favorite green discontinued fragrances, and that's Czar by Van Cleef & Arpels, but this is Czar Cologne. So Czar Cologne takes the original Czar DNA, and what it does is it just switches out the green opening and inputs lemon and citrus. It doesn't really do too much than that because the dry down still has the herbal green combinations, but the citrus in the beginning is beautiful. It's very light, fresh, airy, and you don't have to worry about it being so heavy as the original one is. However, I love that one, and this one is a great summer alternative if you want to keep it green and fresh. All right, so the official #1 fragrance on this list is from the House of Victor, now currently Visconti di Madrone, and it is Fresco. Stay fresh with Fresco. So Fresco is a very lemon citrus and talcum powder barbershop cousin to one of my all-time favorites and classics, one I grew up with, which is Acqua di Selva. So this removes the green deep pineness, and it kind of just puts in a citrus take on it. It's kind of a fleeting fragrance. It's not going to last long, but it does. Let's get a test strip here. It does really refresh and cool you down when you spray it on, and it's got that kind of tangerine note along with some of the kind of baby powder, talcum powder, which gives it a barbershop edge. Very classic, old school Italian cologne. I have the EDC here, and then this humongous aftershave too. I need to use more of it. However, I have been using a lot of this fragrance. I did a full review on this one a while back. You can go ahead and check that one out. It still can be found easily around $45. I believe it is discontinued, but at the same time, it's excellent if you love that Acqua di Selva style classic, green Italian cologne. This just switches out the green for the citrus, essentially. Okay, the second fragrance on the list is going to be Royal Lime by Royal Lime Bermuda. Absolutely beautiful bottles. This house has insane presentations. I have some photos of this one up on my Instagram page. This is a humongous splash bottle. It's an 8-ounce bottle. It's lime. That's what you're going to get. A little bit of alcohol in the beginning, but it's just up like you're taking a lime rind and you're just squeezing it on yourself. That's what this stuff is. It's a body splash, aftershave, and body lotion, as they call it. So, it's probably an EDC strength at most, maybe even a little bit less than that. Perfect for the beach. The last time I wore this one, I was down the shore and I shaved and I just put it all over myself. It lasted probably about 30 minutes. It's not meant to be a performer. It's meant to be a refresher. It's uplifting, it's bright, it's lime, it's citrus, and it's perfect for the summer heat. You would never offend anybody with it. You can decant it, you can spray it, or you can shower in it like I did. I need to use it more, but I've been wearing stuff that has been lasting a little bit more, but this is great if you want an old school, just a citrus lime, refreshing. It's cooling to the skin. I enjoy this one from time to time. Okay, another lesser known one. This is going to be fragrance #3 from the House of Royal Copenhagen. It is Royal Copenhagen Sport. So this one really comes off with like a lemongrass scent to me. It's got grapefruit and tangerine in the opening, and then it dries down. It's definitely a masculine scent, perfect for the daytime, and it really comes off as a lemongrass. That's, if I could describe it any way, that would be the best way. It's got the big goofy cap, funny looking, naked neck atomizer here. Still being made, actually no, excuse me, it's not still being made, but it's still readily available on eBay. That's where I found it. It was not expensive at all. They have bigger bottles. I got an aftershave and then this 1.5 ounce spray bottle too. Great daytime heat scent, won't offend anybody. Kind of has almost like a sour citrus to it, and then that's where that lemongrass kind of comes in, that note. That's what it reminds me of, and it's a slighter, kind of woodier dry down. But Royal Copenhagen Sport is awesome for the heat and a great addition to this list. All right, the fourth fragrance on this list is from the house of Salvatore Ferragamo, and it is Acqua Essenziale Colonia. So this is the only one of the Essenziale line that I have. Some reviewers have talked about this one. I've mentioned it before. This bottle's almost empty. I had another 50 ml bottle, and I probably used about a quarter of it, and a friend of mine liked it, and I said, what the heck, I'm going to get another one anyway, because I always match it with the shower gel, and I ended up never doing it, but I have just enough here that I can give it probably 1 or 2 more wears. Probably just one, actually, with the way you want to spray this one, too. It's a classic Italian old school designer take on the classic Italian old school, kind of like Acqua di Parma Colonia. It is kind of got a shower gel vibe to it, along with some citrus. Perfect for the hot days. Will last about maybe 4 or 5 hours, and you can reapply it heavily. It's not that expensive. It's always at like your Marshalls, TJ Maxx, Ross, etc., the rack stores. Perfect summer fragrance, and it's like just kind of more of a modern take on a classic Italian cologne feel. I really like this one. For inexpensive designer fragrance, this stuff is awesome. Okay, fragrance number 5. You can't mention classic Italian old school barbershop fresh citrus without the original and one of my all-time favorites, Acqua di Parma Colonia. This was probably the gateway fragrance for me into fragrance exploration, scent exploration. This one has one of the greatest openings ever, in my opinion, too. So when I spray this one on, that instant citrus, the lemon with a little bit of musk, it absolutely smells like just a high-end Italian barbershop, but the citrus is so bright you can wear it any place, anytime, anywhere. Some people say it's unisex. I disagree with that. I think it absolutely leans masculine, but whatever. It's probably on the more expensive end of what's still being made in this list. This was a big 6-ounce bottle. This one was probably around $150, maybe close to $200, but I got it, and it's in a spray form. The one I had before was a splash. I've gone through countless bottles of this, and this was my a signature scent, I must say, for at least a good 1.5 years for me. I really enjoy it. They make every product under the sun to match the fragrance, and the performance is not the greatest too, so I always encourage getting those Bodyline products for Acqua di Parma Colonia, but it really is just an excellent citrus uplifting fragrance, but the dry down kind of goes into that old school classic feel, and that's what I absolutely love about this one. It's still being made, and if you haven't tried it, you absolutely have to. It's hands down the best one of the Colonia line. There's another one, Essenza. Really didn't like that one. It had sort of a cleaning product fluid scent to it. That wasn't my favorite. The original is the best. I always tend to think the original of anything is the best, but this one is hands down my favorite of the entire line of Acqua di Parma. Okay, fragrance number 6. Here's one you probably haven't heard of, and it's very citrus, and it's from the house of Acqua Classica Borsari Parma. So it's probably like a cheap imitation of Acqua di Parma, but it's very fresh, very uplifting, very bright, very citrus. Lemon and orange rind just dealt out in a bottle, essentially squeezed in there. That's what it smells like. Lasts all about 20 minutes. What I would use this for is to keep it in a bathroom, right? Keep it in a bathroom, use it like a 4711, like it's in that vein in terms of you put it on, it smells really nice, it'll cool you down, and it's citrus fresh. However, 15, 20 minutes later, it's completely gone. So the times that I've used it, I've just taken that cap off and I've used it as a splash bottle. You have to decant or use it as a splash, but I thought it was funny that it comes in this like old school perfume pump. Other than that, this is probably not the greatest choice if you're looking for longevity, but it is a citrus, fresh, classic Italian feel, and it is perfect for the heat because it's definitely not going to offend anybody, and it will keep you feeling clean. All right, the 7th fragrance on this list is from the house of Rochas. It is the original Moustache Eau de Toilette. So this fragrance, a lot of the time, the Eau de Parfum kind of overshadows it. A lot of people talk about it, but there are some reviewers who have mentioned this one. I did a full review on it back in a little while ago, I think last summer, and this one really is old school, musky, candied, powdered lemon, and that's pretty much where you're gonna get. You can go really heavy on the sprays, it doesn't matter. Performance on this one is not that great. I would wear like up 15, 20 sprays of it, spray my clothes, skin. After the shower, this is an excellent fragrance for that, and it has that classic feel because of the muskiness and that talcum powder, but it is infused with a lot of citrus. So this is one that, again, great price. You get a huge bottle. The presentation, the bottle's really nice looking. If you want the Eau de Parfum, I personally haven't tried it. Can't say if it's any better, but from what I understand, it lasts longer and maybe a little bit more of a richer scent, where this is lighter, but this is why this is on this list, because this is citrus-based scents for the extreme heat, and this one is a perfect choice. Great price, great looking bottle, and a great scent. All right, fragrance number 8 for all you niche lovers out there. You know, I don't have a lot of niche fragrances in my collection. You know, I tend to go towards designer or discontinued or classics. However, I do have some niche, and this is one that I think is great for the summertime. It's from the house of Annick Goutal, and it is Eau de Hadrian. So this one, I'll actually spray some out. This one's really nice. My older sister got me this one a while ago. Thank you, Allie. This one is lemon rinds, citrus with seems like a little bit of spice or pepper in there. The scent is really beautiful, and it's great for the heat. I can't stop smelling this one when I wear it. It's like a more mature citrus. It smells very high end. It's probably more on the expensive side. This is only a 30 ml, but it's a perfect summer fragrance if you want something light, probably unisex. However, again, I think this one does lean a little bit masculine with that spice in there. I don't know much about the house, so this is the only fragrance I've had for it. I've worn it, you know, sometimes. Probably, you know, maybe an eighth of the bottle I've used. But for as far as the summertime niche goes, this is a cool option to have. You know, Acqua di Parma is like a beginner niche. Maybe this is a little bit more involved into, you know, niche fragrance. Maybe you guys can tell me. I don't really know. But I think Eau de Hadrian is an excellent lemon scent. It's just very, very citrus fresh, and it's kind of fleeting, but it smells really nice. And bottle small enough I can carry it around. Okay, we're down to the final 2. The 9th fragrance on this list is from the house of Paco Rabanne. It is the classic and unfortunately discontinued Sport de Paco Rabanne. However, you can still find this. As of right now, it's on Fragrance X. They're asking $110, which I think is a little much, but if you can't find it anywhere else, at least you're knowing you're getting it from a reputable source. I'll spray some on here. I actually got mine on eBay. I think the seller still exists, and they were charging around $80 for it, which is what I paid, and I have 2 of them, plus an aftershave and a body line of some like deodorant sprays and a body wash. So you take the original Paco Rabanne Pour Homme, one of the most renowned, arguably one of the greatest aromatic fougere classic barbershop scents ever, and you freshen it up. You remove some of the rosemary and herbal green opening, but you put in lime for that citrus burst. And that's exactly what you get in the opening. As it dries down, it's a little bit woody. So if you think the original one, which I think can be worn all year round, I think it just works in any occasion, and I love it. But if you think that one is too heavy and you want a fresher take on it, look into Sport de Paco Rabanne. It's excellent. What a cool looking bottle. You know, you got the built-in sprayer here, green juice, and it really is a perfect classic masculine scent for the summertime. It's still out there, right? You can definitely still get them. It's not like it's completely gone or very rare. I think $100 or less is probably what you should pay. I wouldn't go on Fragrance X and buy it unless you can't find it anywhere else. So I think eBay is the way to go with this one. I found it for $80, but again, it's perfect for the heat. It's an active scent. It has that kind of 80s activeness to it. That's what I love. And that lime, you know, opening with the woody dry down is amazing, and it smells so good. Awesome scent for the summer. All right, guys, the last fragrance on this list, fragrance number 10, is from the house of Lacoste. It is Eau de Sport by Lacoste. So we'll spray some on my hand here. You know, this fragrance is the citrus fresher flanker to the original Lacoste. It combines in the opening sharp lemon and basil to give it a citrus herbal opening, and it is really bright, really cooling to the skin. And then once it dries down, the 1980s vibe comes back with a vengeance, and that's where it's really mossy and all that, you know, classic masculine stuff that I love with these fragrances. However, this one still really rocks as a summer scent. If you think the original one is just a little bit too heavy, much like Sport de Paco Rabanne, this is an excellent choice. This one's a little bit harder to get a hold of. I was able to get a tester. You know, you can see on the back, it has some of the notes listed there. I'll leave that up for a minute. But this one just smells so good, and it's clean, and it also has that active vibe. Like, I get the vibe of tennis with this fragrance. But, you know, the white, the green, the headband. This is what people used to put on and be active, and they would sweat, they would work out, they would do things outside, and this was a fresh fragrance, and I still think it really hones in a fresh, but also holding on to that masculine feel. And I love it, man. The green stuff, the green notes in this are excellent, and the lemon on top. Now, the dry down isn't as fresh, but this is all about the opening, right, with this one, too. It's an amazing fragrance. If you look, it's out there. You know, I don't mean to talk about so many discontinued fragrances, but those are what I like. So, you know, what do you want from me? But anyway, this stuff is awesome. An excellent choice for the summer for citrus, as well combines, you know, the other notes that I love, which are the green mossy notes, too. All right, guys, that's a wrap from me. That's my list of 10 citrus-based fragrances that you can wear this summer for the heat, kind of like my part 2 summer edition list. I want to hear from you guys. What'd you think of the list? What'd you think of the fragrances in the list? Which ones would you have added? What is your favorite citrus-based summer scent that is your go-to easy reach for the high heat in the summer? I would love to hear from all of you guys in the comment section. I always appreciate all the interaction. Make sure to subscribe. Check out the Scents of South Jersey Instagram page. Thank you all so much for watching and hanging out with me today, and I will see you all in the next video. Take care.